that is a great question, because I got quite a bit of a list of things that feel so painfully hard and difficult that I just reflect back and think, why were they so hard in the first place? What was going on? Well, I'll take the time to talk to you about what were things that were so hard back then that I wish were not. So one thing that was really hard for me was parties. Parties. I mean, how can it be so hard? You're supposed to have a good time and have fun. Well, one thing about parties I didn't really quite like was the confetti. Sure, the noise and the bunch of company, that was really hard in itself. But the confetti to me was like one of the hardest things ever. It's like, I remember this one kid, he went up to me and just threw a bunch of confetti at me, and I just freaked out so bad that I just froze and just wanted to get the heck out of there. So yeah, parties and confetti was definitely one of the hard things for me that I wish weren't so hard. And now today, I'm totally fine with parties and confetti and all these different things. And there came to the point where it feels like train to have a good time. Practice having parties and all these different things. Kind of a fun little exercise as well, and learn how to party properly. I guess you can say that, because to me, when it comes to a party, the whole point of it is that you're there to have a good time. If you're not having a good time, that's not really much of a party. That's the way I kind of see it. Another thing that felt very hard for me that I wish it wasn't so hard was simply just communicating with others. It was kind of fun doing nonverbal communication, but just talking and just having a conversation and all that kind of stuff. Even today, sometimes I guess sometimes on some parts, I do feel a little bit shy on certain areas, but I'm pretty sure you don't have to have autism to be shy or an extrovert or anything like that. Everyone's kind of different in their own way. So some parts I feel like it's kind of hard, but other times it's kind of easy. So way back in the day, I wish it was a lot easier, because there comes a point where when you're at school, you see people or see children being with others, or even in high school, you kind of want to be a part of the team, be a part of the group, and do some fun things together, that kind of thing. And to me, if I were to practice on social skills and having a decent conversation, and having the ability to say, hey, would you like to come over? To me, I feel like that was one thing I wished that would have been done differently. I wish it wasn't as hard as back then. So that was one thing that I just felt like I wanted to figure out back then, and just wish it wasn't as hard. And finally, and I'm sure it would be kind of simple for everyone, and this is the part where it's like the noise. What kind of noise? It's not just the ears that goes on, but also the sight, the smell, the taste, or all these different kind of senses that go on. Even touch. That's how I identify noise in particular. Just challenges all the senses. To me, looking back, I knew that I was just so sensitive to all these different noises that challenges the senses. And today, I'm totally okay with all these different noises that go on. I can definitely handle a fire truck or anything like that. And back then, I wish it was a lot different. I wish I had the ability to handle all the noise back then. I wouldn't have all these freakouts and meltdowns or anything like that. And just looking back entirely about the whole freakouts or anything like that, I just wish things were a whole lot different on my part. Not just necessarily about their parts or what goes on in the world, but mainly mostly on my parts. I wish things would have been such more easier, and I just wish things would be not as hard, all because of just my part, just wanting to have the ability to just deal with whatever goes on, and just looking back, what's done is done. All I can do is just focus on the present, and then be able to handle all these different challenges in a much different light.